Morning, people. Waiting for everybody to jump in, join. It's always that tense moment when you refill your coffee and you're taking that first sip and you know it's going to be freaking hot. All right, we're waiting for everyone to join. Deli sandwich. Thank you. I appreciate that. You're like Johnny on the spot. I think you're like the first person that jumps in here in the morning. And as always, Coda came over to say hi, but now he's leaving. Coda, my German shepherd. Morning, Tony. Fargo, how's it going? How's weather in Chicago? Getting colder yet? Florida's checking in with Franny Girl. Good morning, Grand Rising. It's a hard habit to break, saying good morning. What do you guys think about stuff like that? Merry Christmas, good morning, and all that. And it's like, you know, you can prove all that stuff going back that it has ulterior motives and all that. But when I think of good morning, I don't think of it as morning. And same thing with like Merry Christmas, all these phrases that we use just willy nilly. For me, when I say Merry Christmas, I think of like the warm and fuzzy feelings. Yeah, I agree, Franny Girl. It's just when I am using these things, I'm not thinking of projecting spells or whatever. And then my camera goes out of focus. It'll come back. Sweet tea, good morning. Michael, perfect weather. Shy, Virgo, very chilly, or kind of chilly. Yeah, it's coming. Intent matters, I agree. Sheila, good morning from Southwest Ohio. How's your weather this morning? Guys, I'm going to get a new camera. This is driving me nuts. Agreed, Franny Girl. We are very, very programmed from birth through the public school education system. At least in our generation, Gen X, we had civic classes, so we have some ideas of our rights. So, good morning, Eric. I hope I'm not missing anybody. Kind of new to all this, so doing my best to stay on top of it. I'm going to drag this over here a little bit, put it more in my line of sight. All right. Who caught Mark Z last night? Anybody watch the show? I know people from my Telegram room. Oh, yeah. And I started a Telegram room just for people finding me through TikTok and YouTube and whatever else. Let me get to RV stuff over here. So if you go to Telegram, it's I'll put the link in here. You guys bear with me because I just started, so it's pretty empty. But I will start forwarding things there. All right, so here is going to be my wow, that didn't work. Lord. Go here. Yeah, I don't know what. I'll have to do this later. It is, if you go to my YouTube channel and the profile, the link is in there somewhere. because right now I'm going to try one more and I'm giving up on it. Hang on, stand by. There it is. Okay, so that'll be my YouTube Telegram room. Like I said, I just started it, so it's empty. But you guys can join that, and then I'll. That's like I'm on Telegram almost 24/7. So, all right, let me get caught up here. Sweet tea, will the excitement last today or will it fizzle? Tony, the rumors are off the hook. Shy Virgo fell asleep, didn't catch them. I would definitely go back and if you're on Telegram, I'll forward the little clips that our buddy Ron does for us. But the rumors were off the hook last night. This is my notes from last night and watching Militia Man. Another one like these bombs that are being dropped that nobody's talking about. So BRICS announced launching a blockchain-based payment platform, say that 10 times fast, called BRICS Pay. And they said that it's going to be possibly integrated with XRP. That's big news. And quote, just happened to, let's see if I can find it. Yeah, I don't know where I put that. So Russia announced that they're increasing their gold purchases like exponentially. So it is definitely a big coincidence. Franny girl, will you please research the 3 zeros? There are many saying no, 1,000 times no. It's fear porn. It's I can't even imagine, and I'm not putting myself in the same boat with Mark, but he's been doing this for so long. And Militia Man, you can sense their frustration when this topic of deleting the 3 zeros comes up, and everyone's like, "Oh, they're just lopping off 3 zeros off your 25K note, and it's only worth $25." No, so let's mark this spot right here for editing. And so I'm going to delete the 3 zeros. So 1310, if you convert that to US dollars, it's 0.00076. So what you're doing, you're increasing the purchase power of the dinar. So you're going to take the 3 zeros, decimal point 76, or right now it's decimal point 0.00076. You're moving that decimal point over, and now it's 0.76, so 76 cents per dinar, one dinar. So that's deleting the 3 zeros. By doing that, it increases your purchasing power if you're an Iraqi. It also, obviously for us, that's a win. So that's the first step in the mechanism of the monetary reform, whatever you want to call it. So that is the gateway into reinstating their rate. So again, their pre-Gulf War rate was 322. So a reinstatement will be 322 and greater. And why do I say and greater? So at 322 in the Gulf War, before the Gulf War, right before they were devalued, 322 was based 100% on oil sales. And that the current purchasing amount of oil in 2003, I think it was. Since then, they have massively increased their oil production. Oil prices have gone considerably up, and now they have other natural resources that are going to be lumped into that reinstatement rate. So the reinstatement rate is going to be greater than 322. Now, from there, we will either float to a cap, or they're just going to flip the switch and come in at the capped rate, and that is going to be called the real effective exchange rate. Currently, Kuwait is at $3.60 per $1. So if they're going to be the most valuable currency in the region, they have to be greater than $3.60. So hope that kind of clarifies it all. And I can do another explanation at another time. Christabella, welcome. No, there's no lop. There's no lop. And if you ask Militiaman that, he might cuss you out. He is adamant. There's no lop. Deli sandwich, best guess as to when. I think we're at any moment. I really, honestly, in my heart, believe we're at any moment timing. Thank you, Sheila. Everyone hit the like button. I appreciate it. So that reminds me, because I'm horrible at this. I need to put like a big banner up here. This is entertainment purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor. All that stuff. I am not a financial advisor. This is just purely entertainment purposes. Can you explain the 4 to 8 boulevard per million? To my understanding, there's nothing but boulevard is the dark horse. No one knows what it's going to go for. In my opinion, I don't spend a lot of time with boulevard. Like, I have it. I bought it because it was at the time when I bought it, it was so cheap that I'm like, I can't. If I get more than $200, then I've gotten my money. I've made money on it. I've heard, if you're hearing noises, that's my German Shepherd. He's sleeping around here somewhere. I've heard 17 cents. I've heard 23 cents, and I've heard 1 to 1. And 1 to 1 is the highest rate that I've heard on Boulevard, and that would be, I don't know. Michael, I checked Kuwait, I think it was yesterday, and it was $3.60 to purchase it. So exchangeofamerica.com, look up to purchase Kuwaiti dinar, and I believe it's $3.60. No coda parts this morning, but he's a very vocal dog. So like, if he's trying to sleep and I'm talking, he'll kind of low key growl or kind of grumble. So yeah, Shy Virgo. And guys, on rates, if you hear something that's just Willy Wonka way out there, don't believe it. And here's why. So Iraqi dinar, Dr. Shabibi, when he penned all this stuff, it was very well documented that he thought that the dinar at that time, before all their other natural resources have come online, that they could sport 16, even 20, 21, 22, double digit numbers. And they definitely could do that with all their resources. But it would not be productive because no one would be able to do trading with them. So when you hear these astronomical rates on Boulevard and whatever, don't believe them, because it just doesn't make economic sense to be so high that they can't do trading with other nations. So keep it in the $4 wheelhouse for dinar. I don't think it'll hit or go over $4, in my opinion. But just kind of keep your BS meter going. Christabel, I have a Liberian Husky. He, growls in his sleep. Oh, a Siberian. autocorrect's awesome. I ducking mean it. Yes, Alok is back from New York. He's back in Iraq. Friendly girl, I am hearing about Basil 3 compliance. My banks know nothing about it. I don't follow the Basil 3 a lot. I did catch a couple days ago, someone was asking Mark on it in his chat, and he kind of had a raw answer that don't worry about it, don't pay attention to it. I don't know if they've taken the teeth out of it. I don't know. The main thing that you need to track is the ISO 222. That is the major banking reform that has teeth. Virgo, do you think the banks will be easier to find after all this goes through? I think, and we'll go back to the notification thing. Let's say tomorrow we wake up and Dinar is live on Forex. You can walk into the bank and exchange. You'll have to call your bank, or if you're in a small town bank, find your nearest Chase or Wells Fargo. I don't like Wells Fargo, but and then find out. Just ask questions. Do they have private bankers on site? If they do, then there's a good chance that they have the Delaware machines to verify your currency on site. Do not ever let a bank take your currency to be validated. Never let it leave your site until you have receipt of your exchange in American dollars. Yeah, I agree, Tony. Franny Girl, so which are ISO 222? You'll have, I think, all major banks are. I don't know if it's filtered down to small town banks. I don't know. All right, let me get to some of the militiaman stuff. So, militiaman was talking about all the things, banking reforms, all this stuff that the CBI has completed. And the main takeaway, and one that we kind of forget about because it's yesterday's news is old news. So the WTO requirements for Iraq CBI were completed. That means completed, period, done in July. So what they've been doing since then is getting all their banks compliant. As of Militiaman's reporting yesterday, he said that there are only 5%, so they're 95% compliant. So as of yesterday, they only have 5% of their banks that need to be compliant. Now, here in America, you can't throw a rock without hitting 5 banks. So we think that that's a massive number. In Iraq, they don't have banks like that. So 5% is a blip. And he hypothesized that it could that 5% could be already be compliant. So other signs that that Iraq is getting ready to go international is that Ernst & Young, Visa, MasterCard, MoneyGram, all these monetary platform payment system type companies are working hand in hand with the CBI. And that's just not willy-nilly download an app and there you go. This is like millions of dollars invested into the CBI, working in conjunction with them to bring their banking online with these instant payment platforms. they wouldn't be doing this at 1310. And I know we're all sick of hearing that phrase, but they wouldn't. So why would I, if I'm in a company like Ernst and Young, why would I invest millions of dollars of my money into a payment platform for a currency that's at 1310? It's just it's not logical. So, and then along that same vein, kind of one of most militiaman's closing thoughts was that he's speculating that Iraq could already be doing international transfers, and then we know that they're running 2 books. So you hear the contractor rate talk, all this stuff. So they're paying contractors and they're doing things like that at the rate, but they just haven't released that rate to us yet. So they could already be doing international transfers. All right, so let me get caught up with you guys. Yes, ISO 222, Shy Virgo. It's open Will's account because it carries him. Yeah. And Zim is a fabled tale because we've always, it's always been rumored that you have to have a humanitarian project or you have to go to a military base. And I don't know the reasoning behind those rumors, but yeah. Wells Fargo is definitely going to be one of the major banks in the RV process. I'm sticking with Chase. I've been banking with them for years. So yeah. Wells Fargo, they definitely are, seem to be switching over to just wealth management. They have they still have their offices or their banks, obviously, but there's a big Wells Fargo here in Jackson. And I went and spoke with them a year ago, and they did the whole "it's a scam" thing, so they kind of sealed their fate with me. Yeah, Chase. I've never had any issues with Chase. I think they're great. Well, as far as a bank can be great. All right, guys, got any other questions? Anything you want to talk about? Good morning, Petty Sock. So, Petty Sock, is that your company or is that you a sales rep for that? You said it was a grooming thing for pets. Is that correct? My voice taps out really quick. So yeah, let's do the YouTube things. If you guys can like, share, subscribe. If you know people that are in this and you want to share these videos with them, or if you know anyone who's been on the fence about getting involved with this, I would stress the urgency of it, that sooner, not later, because you might be on the outside looking in. Thank you, Franny Girl. I appreciate it. And I appreciate your guys' time for tuning in here. Everybody's mornings are usually busy. Petty Sock is my business. Yes, I created it for my Cocker Spaniel. Okay. Feel free to share a link. I'm all about supporting local business, small business. All right, so Fiat. So here's the thing. If we wake up tomorrow and you can go to the bank and get Dinar, my suspicion is that ISO 222 is going to be a layer protection, but you need to be making plans now to invest. Precious metals, gold, silver, land, real estate, things that are more tangible. Protect your investments. If you don't need to cash everything in at once to survive, then do chunks until the rest of the RV goes. And it very well could all it could all be going at once. So if the rumors that Mark are hearing that people in groups are getting paid, that they're getting paid for their global RV. So there's very good opportunity or chance that this is going to be shotgun start and it's all going to go at once. If that's the case, then we should be gold bagged, QFS, all that stuff. Tony, you can protect your assets with a trust. Yes. Assets, yes. Currency, I don't know about that. I'm not a lawyer, so nor a financial advisor. Shy Virgo, I can't wait to quit my job. Yeah. That's, I would say, 99.9% of the people involved in this got involved with it for an escape route out of their situation. And if you take the 40,000 foot step back and you look at Nasar Gasara and the evil that we're fighting, this whole process that we call the RV, the currency exchange, Nasar Gasara, change in politics, it's going. We're fighting the old world versus the new world, and I believe that once all the dust settles and we go into the new world, it's not going to be anything that we can wrap our head around now. Yes, and you can pay stock. You can put the two together. So I went and got my trust drawn up on common law, and then I had them also form an LLC, and they're both just sitting there idling. And so moving forward into this, once we have the RV, then I will use the two as mechanisms to do business and investing moving forward. Yes, life-changing stuff. Good stuff. I am going to move to a drier climate because, man, I wake up in the morning and the humidity is like, feel like I have sausage fingers. All right, guys, what do you got? What do you got? Throw some stuff at me. I appreciate your time, but I don't want to occupy it and hog it. So, anything in the world news that you want to talk about? Otherwise, we can wrap this thing up. Oh, and then in other news, the Epstein, that list has still not been made public. We're still not seeing massive arrests. We need to see lots of arrests happening in plain view, perp walks. Going through here real quick, see if there's anything to talk about. MasterCard just launched a crypto debit card in Europe. It's your crypto is not going away. Now, whether that becomes just QFS or not, I don't know. but it's definitely here to stay. Papa G, we discussed use that term lightly. We talked about Boulevard. So the rates that I've heard are 17 cents, 23 cents, and 1-to-1. I wouldn't believe anything over 1-to-1. 1-to-1 is fairy tale land for me, but I'll take it all day long. What do you guys think about med beds? Are they real? Is it Star Trek science fiction? Can you repeat the price that? Are you talking about bonds? Bonds people? Papa G, welcome. Good morning, Grand Rising. Thanks for joining. But you can replay this after we're done. It'll be on my YouTube channel. And then the chat should be there. So you can go back and I try to read everybody's questions, but as this thing grows and it gets faster, I can't possibly keep up with it. Yes, my mother-in-law is not doing well with cancer. So that would be amazing. I think that's Liza. I don't know what bond rates are out there. I've never heard Mark say a rate because I think they're all different. So you have Chinese yellow dragon bonds, historical bonds, German bonds. I think they all pay out at a different rate, and I have no idea what that is. I'm sorry. Prayer is the ultimate med bed, or I should say, God healing. Funny enough, they're censoring that word, praying, on YouTube. Paul, the rates on the Zim. So the most consistent rumor on Zim from Mark, and I think Mark's the only one I don't follow everybody. So the main people I follow, obviously Mark Z, Militiaman, Frank, but as of last reporting, Frank's not doing podcasts on the whole Dinar anymore. He's only talking about investing because he just believes that there's nothing more to talk about, and we're just waiting for it to happen. And that's what I think as well. So rates on Zim from Mark Z. In a nutshell, if you have a 100 T note, it's going to be worth 50 million. I don't know the breakdown on the math. That's just I have a 100 T note, so that's all I worry about. I have other ones, but that's the main one. So, sorry, I'm trying to. The text on my screen is like this big. Now I got to figure out a way to blow it up. So I think it's Paolo. Hearing anything more about Iraq and the WTO for October? Frank said October from sources. So what you're referring to is Walking Stick and Aki when they had a conversation about 5 weeks ago or so. And Aki, who is the president, aka bank leader of the CBI Bank in Michigan. So he was talking to Walking Stick, which is Frank's CBI contact. And so they were discussing timing. Aki said by October. And in Iraqi speak, that means at the end of September. So by October is a brick wall. So we discussed earlier that the WTO requirements were completed, period, done in July. So they've been, CBI has been focusing on getting their banks in compliance. And as of yesterday on Militiaman, 95% were done. And the remaining 5% could be done as we're speaking today. Yeah, the price of currency has definitely gone up, especially for dinar. So the RV, it's kind of a broad stroke term, especially when you use it to discuss the Iraqi dinar. So we'll reiterate for the people that are joining now. So we're going to delete the zeros. And what that mechanism does is increase the purchasing power. So right now at 1310, and 1310 to US dollars is 0.00076. You're moving the decimal point 3 places, and then suddenly your dinar is worth 76 cents. That's the deleting the 3 zeros mechanism. It doesn't mean your 25K note is going to be worth $25. It's the opposite. So it is increasing the purchase power of the dinar. From there, it goes to a reinstatement of their pre-war rate plus adjusting for all their natural resources that they have now, because the 322 is based solely on oil and a lot lower oil production and price per barrel. At the time, they were at 322. So from there, one of two things are going to happen. You're either going to float to a cap, or they're just going to come out of the gate at the rear. And the rear means real effective exchange rate. And then that's going to be, in my opinion, only in my opinion, is the greater than the Kuwaiti dinar. And I checked that yesterday, and it was I believe 360. And if I'm wrong, I apologize. But to purchase the Kuwaiti dinar on Exchange of America yesterday was like 360. RV there yet? I wish. Good morning from Hawaii. Yes, a lot of new healing devices coming out. Here's the rub on that. They have them. And we're watching a movie and all the buzzwords we've been hearing for years, and people pass away. That's gonna be a hard pill to swallow, because for my mother-in-law, we're at the cusp, and there's some things that can't be forgiven. So no, I can't go there. That's too raw. Yeah, Pop G. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Again, once this is done, I do all the final things. It'll be on my YouTube channel. Obviously, you can go back. The chat should be there, so you can read it. And I do my best to read the questions, but there's a lot. So thank you for watching. I appreciate your time, and it helps me to dial stuff in, obviously. So I really appreciate your guys' time. And as we have, I'm sure that we're going to have some more rumors come out today. I'll jump on and do a quick short. So I appreciate you guys' time. Love y'all, and we'll see you tomorrow or later today. Ending in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See ya.